Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ken, also known as MrKenDenis. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing my 2017 year-end favorites video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys click on the subscribe button down below and also that bell so you get notified when I do have a new video up. I basically do a lot of beauty, hair and makeup related videos, and I also vlog about my personal life. So without further ado, let's get into the videos. Hopefully you guys had a good Christmas. So much like last year, I decided to sit down and just look at my makeup collection and just look at what products I really found myself using time and time again throughout 2017. As you guys know, I tried out so many new products throughout 2017. It's kind of hard to remember which products I actually do really like. So I just sat down, thought, I have come back to this a couple of times throughout my various hair color changes throughout 2017 and my complexion and just, you know, things that I wanted to change every now and then. Anyways, so I'm going to start off first with base products. With this foundation, this one is from Bourjois. This is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Foundation and this is the reformulated version. I have to say, I did not try out the old one because I think the color match was a little bit too pink for me, but this one is actually a really good color match and I have to say I really like this foundation. It's got a nice medium coverage. I would say it's more on the natural side, definitely more on the luminous side. So if you guys have oilier skin and you don't really like that luminous glow, maybe stay away from this, but this foundation has been really good. So the next product is another foundation that I did not really see myself liking, but I have to say I have used it non-stop since receiving it. It's this one from Mecca. This is the Mecca Max Lifeproof foundation and I am in the shade number 7. I'm pretty sure I've got a darker shade as well because I wasn't sure if I was in between shades. Anyway, this foundation, really nice surprise. It's got a nice medium full coverage again. It's definitely got more of a satin finish and I love the fact that it's an air pump like that, so you basically get all the product out. It's a relatively inexpensive foundation and it works really well. I have no complaints with this foundation and yes, it does last really well on the skin. I have worn this foundation out for more than 20 hours and I have to say the foundation remains relatively intact. You know, like there's a little bit of wear and tear here and there, but you know, otherwise it still looks pretty good on this skin. Okay, the next foundation is this one from Rimmel London. Now, before you guys say anything, I'm not being biased by just saying that I really like this foundation because I did a campaign with them, if you guys didn't know. I actually do really like this foundation. The reason being, sorry, I just had to put things down. And the reason being is one, packaging. I do really like that doe foot applicator. That doe foot applicator comes in so handy because I always seem to be putting foundation on the back of my hand or somewhere on my arms and I end up, you know, touching something and it just ruins something. So I'm really happy that this one has that applicator so I can just directly put it all over my face and I can just use a sponge or a brush to buff it into my skin. So again, it's another medium coverage foundation and I would have to say this lasts fairly well throughout the day. I wouldn't say it lasts all day, but it's definitely a really good alternative at the drugstore and it's really inexpensive. In terms of concealers, I never really ventured out of my comfort zone, you know, the products that I already knew. I always stuck with the Maybelline Fit Me or a L'Oreal concealer, but I have to say that 2017 has made me really try out different products and two standouts are both from Tarte. This is a Tarte Shape Tape, as you guys know. If you guys live in Australia, unfortunately I don't think this is available in store, so you can only get this from the Tarte website, which ships internationally. So yeah, definitely one that I really like. This, however, is available here in Australia. This is the Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. In terms of coverage, which of these two has the most coverage? I'd have to definitely say this concealer. It's by far the most coverage I've ever had in a product before. So definitely check this one out if you guys are looking for a heavy duty coverage concealer. But if you guys are just looking for a nice medium full coverage concealer, this is definitely one that you can check out and this one blends out quite easily compared to this one. Alright, now let's move on to the brows. Now I have tried out a bunch of brow products and you know, I'm not very fussy with brow products, you know, like I can try out brow powders, brow pencils, waxes, that sort of thing, and I'm pretty happy. Like I'm pretty fortunate that my brows are pretty naturally thick and full anyway, so I don't really need that definition. But there were times of the year where I really bleached my brows and I really needed something to add that definition back into my brows. But I do have to say these brow products have been a standout in my books. First one is the Garbo and Kelly Brow Pomade. So I've got two colors. I've got Cool Brown and I'm pretty sure it's called Cool Blonde as well. So it's basically just like those pomades. So like the Anastasia brow pomade, Cheat Sheet, if you guys are familiar with those. This one's really good. It's really nice and buttery and a little product goes a long way. So if you guys are looking for more of that Instagram, like very clean cut look, definitely check this one out from Garbo and Kelly. In terms of a more natural everyday sort of brow, I definitely gravitated towards this product. This one is from Full Brow, and this one is their brow powder, and this one is in the shade Taupe. It's just a really nice flattering color, and I have to say, whether I had very light blonde hair, neon hair, blonde hair, just like normal blonde, or brown hair, this just worked really well for my features. So if you guys have very similar features, definitely check this one out. Okay, let's talk about lashes. Now I'm wearing a different pair of lashes. These ones are from BYS. I really like them as well, but I have to say, I have never really been into lashes as much as I have this year, and this pair has been like my go-to. Like, I've tried out so many different lashes, like, as you guys know, but this one is one of my favorites. This is one of my staples. Glam by Manicare Adriana lashes. Now this is a fresh pair, so it doesn't look manky, but yeah, it's just really nice, and I know it's very flattering on the eyes, and a lot of my friends with different eye shapes as well have used this, and they all really like this as well. I'm sorry if the light keeps changing. Okay, let's talk about eyeshadow palettes. Let's start off first with the first one that sort of started the ball rolling for me. It's the Master palette by Mario from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a limited edition palette, obviously, and as you guys can see, this has been well used. I haven't hit pan on any of them, thank goodness, but yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's just a nice staple eyeshadow palette, and it's just got all these nice smoky eyeshadow tones that you could ever wish for. And yeah, I'm just really obsessed with these brown shades here, these purpley pink shades up there, and obviously the goldy bronze ones. Ugh, the formula in this palette is amazing. I'm not sure if the other palettes from Anastasia are like this as well. I don't think I have any other Anastasia eyeshadow palettes in my collection, but this is definitely one that I absolutely love, and I highly recommend if they ever bring this out again, or the shades in this palette out in other palettes or singles, definitely check them out, because yeah, this palette is... Ooh. The next palette that I really found myself very hooked on, and it's quite a controversial palette, it's the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and that smell. So the common theme with a lot of these eyeshadow palettes is that they have a lot of warm tones, and yes, I am obsessed with warm tones. I don't think I can pull off a lot of cool tones. I need a little bit of warmth and cool just to make it work, but if you had to make me choose between cool or warm tone eyeshadows, definitely warm eyeshadows are for me. Yeah, again, really love this palette. I love the scent as well. I have to say some of the shades aren't as pigmented as I want to, but it's definitely buildable. The next one is by Urban Decay. This is the Naked Smoky Heat palette. Naked Heat palette, yes, Naked Heat palette. I absolutely love this. As soon as it came out, I just bought it. Like when we had the pre-release, early release sales on Mecca's website, I just grabbed it. I had to have it because I'm sure you guys know what the colors look like, but it's just absolutely amazing. I just love the color selection, very warm tone, and I don't know, I'm just obsessed with warm tones. And I also like the feel of this palette. It's very sturdy, and it's just, you can tell it's a premium eyeshadow palette. The next eyeshadow palette is one that I bought because I really adore the person who collaborated with the brand. It's the Ciate London Pretty Fun and Fearless palette. This is the first iteration of Chloe's collaboration, and it's just a really nice simple eyeshadow palette. It's got lots of matte, it's got a lot of matte shades, which I really appreciate, and I really like the selection of colors. It's just very simple. You've got the purples, you've got the bronzy, the brown tones. Really like it, and I found myself really gravitating towards these purple shades just for like a wash of color for just everyday simple makeup looks, just to give a little bit of smokiness without just using browns again. So yeah, I really like this palette. So let's move on to a face powder. Now, I for one am not very fussed with face powders as long as it sets my makeup, doesn't, you know, make me look oily halfway through the day. I'm pretty happy, and if it's good for baking. But this loose powder, I have to say, has been a standout because it goes a long way. For one, it's really inexpensive, and I don't crease. The Rimmel London Match Perfection Silky Loose Powder in Transparent. I've got a little bit left in this one, but it's really good. I use it for baking underneath the eyes, and I can assure you I pack it underneath the eyes and I don't crease. Just a little bit of setting spray on top of it. So, you know, obviously the whole routine of foundation, concealer, a little bit of, well, a lot of powder, and a little bit of setting spray, and it looks good. Absolutely amazing. No creasing. I do have a little bit of creasing underneath the eyes here when I use other powders. With this, absolutely no problem, works amazing, no flashback and no white cast. Okay, let's move on to bronzers, contour, that sort of thing. One product that I really liked this year was this one from Revlon. This is the Sculpt and Highlight Contour Kit. This one is in medium tan. Again, another collaboration with Chloe Morelle. And yeah, I just really like this combo. Unfortunately, the contour shade, which is, I don't even know, I think it's that one, is a little bit too warm for my liking. I can't really wear it without it looking a little bit too orange. Unless I've got a deeper complexion, like when I'm tanned, it looks a lot better. But on me, this just looks a little bit too orange at the moment. So what I do is I just mix these two together and use it as an all-over bronzer. And then I use my Revlon Instaglam contour powder, which I'm not going to really mention. I have just already mentioned it, but I just use that for my contour, but this is just really good for bronzing. And then I use that banana shade for under eye brightening. I don't necessarily use this to bake underneath the eyes, but just to add a little bit of that yellow warmth and brightening effect underneath the eyes if my concealer is a little bit too light. I'm not a fan of that highlighter. I don't ever use it. I don't think I've ever used it. I think I maybe used it once or twice and just instantly regretted it. Next one is another product from Mecca Max, and yeah, it's the bronzer. This one is in Sunlit Skin, and I have to say this product goes a long way and works really well. I'm not wearing this on my skin at the moment, but it's one of my favorite everyday bronzers because it doesn't add so much color that if you mess it up, it's just going to be like this harsh line. It's very subtle, but it works. It's hard to explain. It's very soft on the skin and it looks very natural. It's got bits of shimmer in there, so it may not be suitable for everyone, especially if you've got large pores, but for me it works really well, and I would say it gives me a very similar look to this, but not as deep around the perimeter of the face. What I am wearing as a bronzer on my face and a contour is this one from Designer Brands. This is the Almost Famous palette, and contour and highlight palette, and it's very simple. This is part of their holiday collection, I believe. I only received it like a few weeks ago, but I'm obsessed with it, and oh, it's so inexpensive. It's amazing. That bronzer shade, that's what I use to bronze my face. It's amazing. It's not too orange. It's not too red either. It's just this nice bronze glow. I am obsessed with this. And then that contour shade, I thought it was going to be a bit too light for me. Nope, it works. Works really well. This thing is amazing. And I've just used the other shades as just like eyeshadows, and they work really well. The two highlighters are amazing. They work really well. They don't look too chalky, I have to say. They're a little bit, just ever so slightly chalky, but that's just me being very nitpicky. A little bit of setting spray on top of that works really well. That banana powder is amazing. Again, just like the Chloe Morelle one, just to add a little bit of brightening underneath the eyes. And I have used this for baking, but I didn't really notice if it did crease. Anyway, I digress. Alright, let's talk about highlight. My favorite highlighting palette by Anastasia, Beverly Hills, and Nicole Guirreiro Glow Kit. So pretty, so amazing. Some of the shades in here are some of the best highlighters I've ever tried, and oh my gosh, I have had so many compliments whenever I wear this, and yeah, it's definitely worth the shipping fee that I paid for this. I got this from the Anastasia Beverly Hills international website. I think it's just the American website, but they ship internationally, and yeah, it was so worth it. So worth it. When I first got this, whenever I went to events, I always wore Kitty Cat and Forever Young, or you know, either or, and girl, the #1 comment whenever I went to these events, because it's always very dimly lit at these places, is that your highlight is so bright, it's not even bright in here. I don't understand how it's that bright. Just, I have no idea. This stuff is amazing. If they ever, guys, if you know they sell these in singles, let me know. Like, once these things go, I definitely want to invest in an Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter because the quality of these things are amazing. So again, my personal favorites are Kitty Cat, Forever Young, and Forever Lit is my favorite one for inner corner highlight. It's just so bright. I would never dare wear this. I would not dare wear this on the cheeks because it would be a strip of just illuminating metal on my face. But inner corner is amazing. It's even brighter than what I have in the inner corner at the moment. Just amazing. Okay, so I'm just going to end the video at my favorite pair of contact lenses. As you guys can see, I'm already wearing them. These are the Solotica Natural Quartzo lenses, and yes, I do have an affiliate code. It will be linked down in the description box down below. I think it's an affiliate link, but you can also use this code which is appearing on the screen right now. You basically get 10% off your order. You don't pay any more than you would normally pay if you use use this code. So if you guys like, you can just go to visionmarketplace.com to check out the price already, and then just pop the code in. There, yeah. So yeah, there you guys go. Those are my favorite products of 2017. I just heard something by the window. Anyway, that should be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.